I am the Master Rater, and today we are rating alternate versions of Deadpool. And now, the rules, per usual, when we do this, is that my ratings are always correct, 100% of the time. Never wrong. And I am the only one that can change said ratings. So let's get straight into business. Now, just so you are all aware that I made this tier list myself, and the link will be down in the description so you can do it yourselves. But just know it's wrong unless it's the same exact as mine. Okay? For the alternate versions of Deadpool, here are the tier lists. At the bottom, we have Dead in the Water, the worst of the worst, the Deadpool versions that just should not exist. Above that, we have Barely Holding It Together, meaning they have some promise, but no thank you. I would still rather not see these again. Then we have our middle tier. It's a Deadpool, because it's a Deadpool at the end of the day. I could see it again. I couldn't see it again. I wouldn't be bothered. Then we have Merc with a Mouth. This is an A-tier Deadpool. This is a Deadpool I would like to see again. He's got some class. Or she has some class. And then finally, we have the maximum effort category. These are the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the deadest of pools. So, without further ado, let's start off with the main Deadpool, Earth 616 for this list. And I'm going to put him at the maximum effort category. Here is why. Without this Deadpool, we don't have Deadpool, okay? This man is a legend. Look at everything he's done. We've gotten movies, we've gotten video games, we've gotten everything of substance from this man. And I wouldn't want it any other way. So, maximum effort category goes to the original Deadpool. Thank you, Wade Wilson. Next, we have Deadpool the Duck. And I have to really think about this one, because normally I feel like it would be Barely Holding It Together, but for some reason, I'm going to put it in the It's a Deadpool category. It's a Deadpool. It's Deadpool if he was a duck. You know, I'm not a huge fan of ducks, but at the same time, I'm not like super against ducks. Ducks are ducks. Next on this list, we have Dogpool, and he is going to go in the Merc with a Mouth category. And here's why. Dogs are better than ducks. I think that's common knowledge here. Nobody would pick a duck over a dog, and if they would, their opinion is not worth my time. This is the best. Dogs are the best. Okay? Now, he's not quite maximum effort. He's kind of an ugly dog, but nonetheless, Dogpool, Merc with a Mouth. Next, we have Galactus Pool, and I'm going to say Barely Holding It Together. And here's why. There's no reason for Galactus Pool to exist. The only reason he exists is because of Deadpool versus Deadpool. And they needed a world ender. And they still kill him pretty quick, from what I remember. So it's just like, you're just a mashup, you know? Now you could make the argument with that, with Deadpool the Duck being like a Howard the Duck mix. But Deadpool being Galactus is just not appealing to me. So, Barely Holding It Together for you. Next, we have Headpool. I was very mixed emotions on this. I think I'm going to put him in the Merc with a Mouth category. And here's the thing. I was originally going to put him in Barely Holding It Together because he's just a floating head. He's got like the little propeller hat. That's how he gets around. He flies. But just imagine, it's just a floating head that talks shit. That's funny. That's entertaining. I could watch that. That head's going to get his ass kicked 95% of the time. Also, fun fact, it's a zombie head, so you don't want it to bite you. But it grew on me, all right? And it might be because I watched Deadpool versus Wolverine before the making of this. Sorry if there's spoilers ahead, but get over it. Next, we have Kidpool, and I'm not going to lie. I'm going to put him in the Barely Holding It Together category, and it's just, I don't care. His redeeming qualities is he got 2 lightsabers for whatever reason. I don't know what that reason is, but he has them. And those are cool. Otherwise, it's a kid. And I don't want to see a kid doing all that stuff, getting his ass kicked, and then, you know, his chest caved in from a kick from some other super villain. No thanks. I'll pass. Kid Pool barely holding it together. Then we're gonna go to Lady Deadpool, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this doesn't do anything for me. It's a Deadpool. Alright? She's a Deadpool. Good to see her. I could care less. There's no other like, oh my gosh, it's a female Deadpool. I don't care. Congrats, you're a woman. That's it. That's it for that. Next, we have probably the MVP of the Deadpool versus Deadpool comic, and that is Panda Pool. And Panda Pool deserves the best, and he's going in the maximum effort category because you don't mess with Panda Pool. All right, he's dope. He's awesome to look at. Look at him. Look him up. Look at him. He's a panda. That's dope. Panda Pool, maximum effort. Then next, we have the live-action Deadpool, aka Ryan Reynolds. I threw him on this list because he deserves to be on this list, because without Ryan, we wouldn't have 3 great movies. Arguably one of the best superhero trilogies, definitely top 3, probably my number 1. That's a different list for a different day, okay? Ryan's Deadpool is going into the maximum effort category. This is the king of Deadpools almost as far as I'm concerned. Ryan paved the way. This man is a hero and a legend, and trust me, if you haven't seen those movies, go watch them and you'll understand why Deadpool is so important to everything. So, thank you, Ryan. You are in the maximum effort category for all Deadpools. Next, we have Ultimate Deadpool, and I'm going to put him dead in the water because this dude is an ugly motherfucker. All right? Look at his face. You think the regular Deadpool is gross? Look at this guy. He's got no skin on his face. No skin. Eyeballs just out. Brain, you can see it. It's whatever Weapon X did to him in this universe is rough. Also, he's not as funny. He's not as fun to be around. He's kind of an asshole. You don't want that. Boo, that's not Deadpool. That's just an evil asshole. No, thank you. Pass. Dead in the water. Then we have Venom Pool. Now, Venom Pool is tricky. He's tough because there's a couple different spots you can plug him into because there's been a couple versions of Venom Pool. I picked the one from the Contest of Champions. Okay? Now, there's another one with, like, I'm not gonna lie, I got really lost in my hands there. There's one on like an alternate cover back when the Venomverse was very popular. So there's that one. And then there's Contest of Champions. I chose the Contest of Champions because this Venom's a little bit more like the classic Venom. He's bulkier, you know. He looks like he could eat your head off in one bite, you know. So for that, I'm going to put him in the Merc with a Mouth category because Venom and Deadpool, or just Deadpool with a symbiote in general, is a very interesting concept. It's been done before, clearly. But those two together, they're just going to go on a crazy rampage, and I'd love to see it, to be honest. And finally, we have the Deadpool and Wolverine combination. Now, you're probably wondering, why? That's what everybody else is wondering. Why? You kind of just have to do it. It's Deadpool and Wolverine. Just like you kind of had to put them in a movie together, this is the same kind of thing. And that's also why I threw it on this list. I'm trying to get the likes. Anyways, I will put Deadpool Wolverine into the It's a Deadpool category, okay? Do I want to see this version of Deadpool again? I could care less. He was on the wrong side of the fight, so boo to you, but yeah. He's going in the It's a Deadpool category. That's a wrap for this video. I did 12 Deadpools. I think that's fair. Okay, there's a lot of different iterations of Deadpool. Okay, he's a very popular character. Go look at Deadpool versus Deadpool. It's a great story. Actually, I have the Deadpool trilogy up on the shelf over here. It's definitely worth the read. Okay, so if you want to look at all the different versions of Deadpool, there you go. I picked out 12 that I felt like talking about, okay? I don't need to do 80 different versions of Deadpool in a video. That's crazy. I'd be here for 3 hours, okay? I just would, and I don't need to do that. I've got things to do. I'm a master rater. I have other things that I have to rate. Now, if you enjoyed this, you enjoyed my ratings, you're like, this guy knows what he's talking about. He is a master, just like he says he is. He has the black belt in masterology. That's me. Okay, I am the master rater now. I've been doing single individual master ratings recently. check those out on our YouTube shorts or the TikToks. All right. But for the big boys like this, where I make my own tier lists or use someone else's tier lists, you're gonna have to come to YouTube, baby. As always, I am the Master Rater. These are the final locked in ratings of alternate versions of Deadpool. Deal with it.